Before we jump into the adventure, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Roll20. Roll20 is the virtual tabletop that we're using to make this game possible. It hosts the map, the dice roller, and all of our character sheets, and they've seen fit to include us in their Spotlight program, which not only will help raise awareness and help viewers find the channel, but also gives us access to the pro-level subscription and unlocks many of the features like dynamic lighting and many of the scripts that we use to bring our game to the next level. So if you have any questions about how to get started or are looking to improve your abilities with Roll20, do not hesitate to reach out and we will do what we can to help you. It's a really powerful tool and we're thankful for them for sponsoring this show. And we are live with another episode of our Dragon of Icespire Peak adventure. Ben, you have been designated as the group storyteller, so please regale us on what happened last time.
All right. Well, I guess a couple of reminders. As far as I'm aware, Longtooth still has a box to open from the Dwarven Temple, and we all have an inspiration die to use.
Everybody's had inspiration since like episode 2, and I keep forgetting to go jaw on that.
Indeed. So last time, we headed back to the windmill where we checked on Longtooth's manticore pelt, and Adabra was still doing well and refusing to leave her home. Made our way back to Phandalin to meet with Townmaster Harbin about the Bounties. Raytheon went straight to the bar to drink, and he found out about a mysterious lighthouse that has been pulling in ships like moths to a flame. Illum and I went to speak with Harbin. He was a strange man who resisted all attempts that we made to get him to open his door during the conversation. He's apparently terrified of everything, but still somewhat proficient at running the town. We discovered 2 new bounties. Butterskull Ranch has been attacked by orcs recently, and a logging camp where Phandalin usually delivers supplies. The new delivery requires some protection as it moves through the area. Meanwhile, Cazador terrorized the town in her usual way. She also apparently doesn't care for coin, as it's for the weak. Raytheon discovered a shrine to Timora, which has been created out of salvaged stone from the old outer walls of the city, or town. And eventually the party decided to make their way towards Butterskull Ranch in the morning, parted ways for the evening, with some going to Longtooth's cabin, some staying in the inn, and others sleeping in trees. Unfortunately, Illum and Longtooth spotted the dragon on the way to the cabin. They roused the rest of the members, and we sprinted to Adabra's residence. Then we fought the dragon, more or less. Illum showed her electric lightning wings, Longtooth manifested the form of a child on the dragon's back, and I hit it with a fairy fire. It then breathed an icy breath over half the group, which nearly killed Illum and Longtooth. But thanks to Zook's aunt and a lucky cutting words, we were able to survive the dragon as it strafed off into the morning. We spent some time licking our wounds in Adabra's windmill, then made our way toward Butterskull Ranch. Raytheon led the way, marching with purpose. And on the way, Longtooth spotted a few different sets of humanoid tracks in the hills. As we got to the abandoned village nearby the ranch, we discovered a few horses that had escaped. We pressed onward and ended the session on the road.
I think we're overlooking the ranch right now up on the hill.
Yep, we ended on the camera doing the slow pan around as y'all were all standing atop the hill with hero wind and capes and cloaks fluttering. And down below you in the valley, there was orchard, a couple of pastures, some farmland, and then a large farmhouse, a barn that had been burnt down, and then some other smaller structure that had also been burnt down. And y'all need to get closer in order to properly investigate.
I thought we had opened up that box that we recovered in the Dwarven ruins or mines.
I told y'all in Discord what was in it just so that I wouldn't forget and wouldn't have to go back to that page of the book. But I don't know if anyone actually opened it in character.
Would have opened it in the during our travels. I mean,
I don't remember seeing that
in Discord.
Yeah, I don't remember reading that.
I want to say it was
I must have missed
10
it.
gems worth 15 gold each, but I can go look.
Oh yeah, that was like right after the session. I remember
That rings a bell. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and then there was one of the y'all have the necklace from the dwarven excavation that is a dagger with dwarven script.
Oh
on
yeah,
one side,
Alum's
and
probably still holding on to that.
a little green gem in the hilt, but little like necklace. Cool. What do you do?
What do we see when we look down at this, like, little valley or whatever?
All those things I just said. The orchard, the farmland, the farmhouse, the
But I mean, like,
pastures.
There was some
sorry.
movement.
Yeah, is there anyone about? Is there smoke anywhere? Does the
Not currently. The barn and the other smaller structure are burned down, but they are not smoldering.
smoldering,
It
okay.
was days ago. If you remember, the warning said something about a 10-day, I believe.
Longtooth, do you see any signs of the warband moving through here?
No. We're going to have to go down to get a closer look. Let's take cover behind the orchard as we make our approach. So, with that, Longtooth is going to start skulking his way down to one of those openings in the fence line there to kind of approach and sneak through the orchard and probably go check out kind of that larger burnt out barn structure first.
Sure. I'm gonna swap the stream over to the map, even though we're probably not too worried about combat here just yet.
That's ominous.
What do you mean?
But it is so pretty.
We're not going to be lulled into a false sense of security.
So you wanted to come down like this way?
Probably down this way.
Yeah, where a loom is, there's like an opening in the fence near a loom, right? And you could kind of move through the orchard or around the orchard, use that orchard as cover to kind of hide our approach to getting to that burnt out barn.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a bork. Go ahead and give me a stealth check and a perception check.
All right, so here's stealth and perception.
Oof. I'm starting off good already.
Yeah, get those ones out of the way. It's fine.
Well, thank goodness it wasn't a one, but it still was terrible. Whoa!
I told y'all.
Where did-
It happened in episode 3. Jermal started carrying the team.
Blossomed.
Love it.
All right.
There's a lot of 8s behind me.
Yeah. Great, mate. Right. 8 out of 8. So the group's going to kind of head down and start cutting through some of the farmland, sweeping around to the west, keeping the trees of the orchard between you and the farmhouse. And you don't see any real movement. There are a couple of pigs that are kind of harmlessly wandering through a couple of the fields.
Is Rathian coming with us? Because I didn't see a stealth check from him.
He is, but he is not rolling a stealth check. He is staying far behind you guys and just kind of taking whatever the opposite of point is.
Okay.
Got it. It's still point. It's just the other.
It's just
Do
the
the
other
rest
point.
of us get tokens on the map?
Drag it from the
Oh.
journal. Click, like if you click on your name and click and hold, you can drag it out onto the map.
Ah!
I can throw them all out there if y'all need. Like I said, we were exploring. I didn't know if y'all needed your tokens just yet. But there's a couple of pigs kind of wandering around in the fields. One or two of them is in there in the orchards. We're going to call them apple trees. I don't know. Yep, it is actually apple trees. So there's a couple of pigs like rooting around to find some apples that have fallen down. And then you see the burned out, gutted barn ahead of you, and then the smaller building looks like it was half stone, and then the top half was kind of wood, and it's been burned and kind of toppled a little bit. The farmhouse itself is a 2-story farmhouse. It's a log building that has a pitched shingled roof and has a stone chimney. But aside from random pigs, an occasional chicken, and wind moving through the trees, you don't see or hear anything immediately.
Does this appear to be the Farmhouse Ruins?
That's the barn.
That was
the
the
farm, the house, the actual like living place is right there where you just pinged.
Okay. And that one is only partially burned or not at all?
Not at all. Perfectly fine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Burned and destroyed. Barn burned and destroyed. Now that you're close enough to it, I'll go ahead and give you, it was like a smithy kind of.
This one over here.
The small one.
Okay.
But now that you're there, you do actually see more stuff now that you're at the barn. I lost it. Where did it go?
A loom has been sort of staying along the fences.
Right. I literally just read this note and now it's gone. There's bodies. Between the barn and the little smithy thing, there are a couple of humans that have been cut down and are like surrounded by blood in the dirt around them. And then there are 2 orcs.
Once Cazador sees that there are dead here already, she's going to kind of peel off from the group and go check out the actual still non-burned down house.
Okay. So yeah, it is 5 humans kind of here along the edge of the pond and the barn. There are 5 humans that have been slashed and bled out, and there are 2 orcs. One of them's cut up pretty well. One of them's got like an arrow through his chest. And all of the bodies are kind of just swarming with flies and very clearly multiple days old.
We should check to see if there's anyone in the house.
Agreed. I'm with
Already on it.
Let's go.
So you're peeking through a window there, Cazador?
Yeah, listening at the door, looking through windows.
Okay. Let me figure out the best way to do this.
Am I the only one amazed that this scale on the map is 1 square equals 5 feet, looking at the size of the barn and the house?
I don't
It's
ask
like a
those.
9-foot house.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna ask those questions.
That's not to worry about it.
I accept that Wizards jacks up all of its maps, like all the early modules, using 10-foot squares for no reason whatsoever.
Can't you just assume that these are halflings? That's very sizest of you.
I'm just saying.
Well, they make goofs on the hex and grid size frequently. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was more like 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Barns are big.
Right.
They should be.
So as you approach the bottom floor of the house, there is, based on the side that you're coming from, there is a set of wooden cellar doors against the back of the house that lead down into some kind of root cellar or wine cellar. There is a well, and then there's a set of stairs that go up to a small porch, and there's a door. But there are also 2 windows on the north side of the house that you're approaching from.
I'm going to make eye contact with Longtooth. Kind of like, here.
What do we see on the south side?
On the south side, there is 3 windows, and then a set of stairs. It's like just 3 steps up and then a little landing, and then it goes in the front door.
Longtooth is going to walk the perimeter of the house looking for active tracks. Like, there might be orcs or something sleeping inside here, but I mean, if they're nocturnal, there should be some type of indication that they've been outside during the evening.
Give me a perception or survival, your choice. Or even investigation. 9. There is all kinds of tracks. There's tracks to and from all over the place. You're not sure how old they are, but it's probably because there's just so many that they're all over the top of each other, especially to and from the doors. But it's a ranch, and it had like in excess of 10 people working here. So there's old tracks, there's new tracks, there's stuff everywhere.
Alum. Let's go check the cellar.
Yeah, of course.
We head there.
Cazador, I'm gonna go ahead and give you your investigation check. Did you look in a window?
Another nat 20. That's 2 so far.
You're just
He's
saving them
investigating so
all
hard.
up.
That's right. We're gonna kill it tonight.
Cazador, you were looking in a window. Yeah, sorry, I was looking over here and did not see the head
Head
nod.
shake.
Yeah.
Pay attention to me.
I've got screens, y'all. I got 3 windows of garbage
doubt.
to look at. Cazador, would you like to look in the window close to the corner of the house or the one right in the middle?
Middle.
Okay. You look in the middle, and what you see is an orc walking up a set of stairs to the second floor. You catch a glimpse of him around the corner and walking up the stairs.
All right. I am going to kind of silence everyone down and indicate, go, one orc, at least one, and to be quiet.
What's
Zook's probably
this,
halfway down the stairs already.
What's this little nub I'm standing by?
That is a
Outhouse.
great question. Probably the outhouse.
I'm hiding behind the outhouse.
Congratulations, you found the bathroom.
It's a 1 foot square outhouse.
Good luck.
I'm gonna look in some more windows then, since I've already identified that there's at least one creature
Sure.
in here.
Do any of the windows have any like curtains or anything blocking view, or are they all open or boarded up or what?
You don't see any curtains or anything crazy on the ones on the ground floor. The ones upstairs, there are curtains drawn and stuff. Sorry for this other crew. I was looking to see if the doors were locked. I assumed that they were, but I do not see anywhere that it says the cellar doors are locked. So I guess you can open them. Wooden door set against the north side of the farmhouse covers stone stairs leading down to the cellar.
All right.
Yep, yeah, I guess you can just open the dang doors. So you open the cellar doors, and there's stone stairs that descend probably 15, 20 feet down into the darkness. Cazador, you look in another window, and you see a big common room. It's the room that the chimney is in. So you see a big common room. I believe there's a dining room table in there. That sounds right. And there are 3 orcs in this one.
All right. Is there anywhere else to look down here, or have I basically seen the entirety of the bottom floor?
So you did a quick glance in this window, and you see that the 2 windows on the west side of the house and the window opposite side of the house are all the same room, but there are more windows on the south side and the east side. That would be a different room, or multiple different rooms.
I'm going to keep looking around just so I can get an accurate count.
Okay. Give me a stealth check just as you're poking your head in places.
13.
Okay. All said, you have checked the bottom floor and they're moving, like they're actively awake and doing stuff, but you're looking at like 8, 9 orcs on the bottom floor.
Too easy.
Cellar gang, are you going into the cellar?
Yes.
Okay. So you start heading down the stairs. You can make a stealth check if you would like.
I would.
Okay.
Stealthy.
14.
18.
The cellar has a dirt floor, walls of mortared stone, and an 8-foot-high plank ceiling braced by wooden pillars. Tied to a chair is a large figure with a burlap sack pulled over his head. Shelves along the walls are lined with skulls made of butter and protected by a thin coating of wax.
We found it. We found it. Jackpot.
Clearly they use the coolness of the cellar to store their goods.
You
Yeah,
better
there's-
believe it.
Oh no. Oh no.
I wish to attack the DM. How do I do that?
Make an attack roll.
So it doesn't look like there's any other exit from here, right?
Zook will approach the tied person slowly.
Okay.
And whisper in his ear, "We come to help you. Try to be quiet."
So you start to whisper, and as soon as you do, he like he didn't hear you coming in, so he like recoils away from you. And just the size of this guy, he's a big dude, right? And the size of him on this little wooden chair means as soon as he like recoils away from you, he falls over onto the floor.
Oh no!
Oh dear! Oh, Alum runs over to try to help.
I also revealed the cellar. It's a square room, but there you go. Have a cellar.
Yes. Zook will probably try to untie him and at the same time tell him, "Be quiet, we're here to help you."
You know what? I'll go ahead and give you this one too, Cazador. Them's the orcs you saw. I reserve my right to move orcs around based on my own desires.
Certainly.
All you get is some muffled like responses, Zook. It sounds like he might be gagged under his burlap sack.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll pull that off.
Yep.
Okay. Sack off the head. He's a burly human dude. He's, got like pockmarked cheeks and a couple of scars here and there. But you undo the bandana that's like tied in his mouth. And he's like,
Would you be the one called Big Al?
Yep, that's me, Big Al Calazorn, and this is my ranch. I take it you've dealt with those bastard orcs upstairs?
And there's orcs upstairs? Oops. Not yet.
So you haven't dealt with the orcs upstairs.
But we will.
Well, let's start by getting me off this chair. How about that, baby steps?
Yeah,
I guess.
Alum's already been like, what she's like, first thing is like pull the sack off, then the gag, and then immediately goes to untie him or cut rope or whatever needs to be done to release him.
Sure. It'll take you roughly a minute to undo his bonds and free him. And this guy is like I said, he's a grisly looking human dude who's got scars and stuff from the ages, but it also looks like he's had the crap beat out of him over the last couple of days. Like he's got a fresh black eye and like busted lips, and he's just all around kind of beat up. And he's also
here?
He's just in like a tunic, like no armor, no weapons or anything. What happened here was blasted orcs came down from the hills and raided the damn farm, killed half my men and drove off half my animals. Really just made a mess of the place and then took me hostage.
Is it normal for orcs to take people as hostages?
Not
He's
necessarily in these parts, but
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you're alive.
If it gives them something that they want, then they're not completely mindless brutes.
Hey, what?
They can be quite crafty indeed. The bigger question I think, Zook, that we should be asking is, Big Al, do you have any family that are potentially being held as well? Inside the house, maybe?
No, I didn't have any family. I just had a whole staff of like ranch hands and farmers. So I haven't been in the house since they brought me down here about 4 or 5 days ago. Hard to keep track of the hours here in the cellar. But as far as I know, I don't think anyone else is alive up there. I'd imagine they'd keep them down here with me.
I'm sorry to be the one to inform you, but I believe 3 of your men have already fallen. We saw some bodies out in the yard. My prayers go with them.
Couple of human boys.
She just nods her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had probably about a half dozen folks helping me out here on the farm. So I know a few of them tried to put up what fight they could when the orcs attacked, but they were just armed with pitchforks and whatever tools on hand. I grabbed a bow and did what I could, but
Well, we will deal with this infestation, and perhaps we will be lucky to find that some of your other helpers have survived. Then she's going to just go about like finishing. I mean, a minute is quite a bit of time. The others could be doing all kinds of stuff. So we'll just finish getting Big Al free.
Yep.
copy. You have a freed Big Al after 60 seconds.
Also, I will probably try to take a skull. Just because
Okay.
might not even do it like quietly. I'm gonna like go slowly and pick it. Like, this is nice.
You have a butter skull. I'm sorry, I'm typing in chat to figure out what team upstairs is doing right now.
I'll add that to my inventory.
Okay. Upstairs crew. What's the plan? Okay.
It sounds like Longtooth and Rathian have agreed that we will slaughter them at the front door.
Okay. Cazador. Upstairs, the house is basically the same shape as downstairs. You see windows are more or less in the same locations as downstairs. Is there a particular place you would like to climb up?
Oh, let's see. We were in the back by the well. I guess that one right there.
Sure. 16 athletics will climb your happy ass up there. Let me reveal a room for you. Bam. A large bed and a bulky cedar wardrobe dominate this room, which is framed paintings of landscapes hanging on the walls. There is a wooden door and it is closed. You see no orcs. I also revealed it on the map if you can see it.
I can.
Oh, cool.
Would I be able to open and enter this window?
Roll me a D100 and don't roll below a 25. There you go. You can figure it out. It'll be tough to do that while hanging on to the outside of the building. So I will ask for a stealth check just to see how well you do this. There you go. But you can shimmy the window open, especially with these types of farmhouses. It gets rather warm and they do want some ventilation. So open the window is.
I'm going to get up in there and move over to this door and take a listen to see if there's any other sounds coming from upstairs that I can hear.
Do you speak Orcish?
No.
You hear voices, and they are coming from through that door. It's hard to tell where.
Well, I don't really care what they're saying.
I'm just letting you know that you hear multiple voices.
Okay.
Zook, you have a literal skull of butter. It's, especially since you're a gnome, it's larger than your cupped palms, but you have an entire humanoid skull of butter that has been basically coated in wax to keep its shape, and it's pretty spiffy.
That's amazing.
Cazador, you're in a room. It's got a like slightly smaller than queen size bed, a couple of framed paintings on the wall, and then a large cedar wardrobe.
Could I figure out about how many voices I hear up here?
You heard one person say something and then another person reply.
All right, going back out the window.
Make an athletics check. Team, murder all the orcs at the door. What are y'all doing?
Muted, Clay.
Longtooth, you muted.
Longtooth is looking around wondering where the hell everyone is.
You have Alum and Zook, who are just at this time emerging from the cellar with a large human guy, and you have a crazy elf woman who just about the time that you're asking, she just slipped through the window and into the top story of the house.
But I think
they're
we're on the
around back,
opposite
right?
side of the house, though.
Yeah,
right?
they're around back, and
Yeah.
I know Rafi and Longtooth were talking about killing people at the front door.
Yeah. So looking at this floor, y'all have the front door here and the back door there. I was just denoting where everyone was in the timeline at.
No. Yeah, I just
So
from Longtooth's perspective, he's like,
yeah, it's you, your buddy, and that bard that you love so much.
I gotcha.
And Zook and Alum, you were coming up out of the cellar about the time that Cazador like lands softly in the grass in that like superhero landing right next to y'all.
Awesome.
And wham.
Oh, what was that?
What have you found?
Oh, shh, quiet. 2 more.
Two words, second syllable.
No, I understood exactly what she said.
She said
All right,
there's two more butterskulls upstairs. Oh, sorry. Shh. Okay.
So is Cazador currently like on the side of the building above Illum and Zook?
She just landed next to them.
Got it. You need to move your token then.
It's fine. I don't care about the tokens unless we're in fight.
So Zook will
Very good chance for
quietly
that to be.
go around the house
Yeah,
and meet the rest of them.
I'm gonna jog around as well,
Okay.
as quietly as possible.
Are you ducking underneath the windows?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, Zook is just walking on his height, which is equal to ducking.
Before I go, that I would probably say to Big Al, perhaps you should find somewhere safe to hide out while we deal with the orcs.
Al's gonna whisper back, "No way! These bastards stole my house. Somebody give me a blade. Somebody got a spare weapon? Anything I can use?"
Very well. And Loom will hand him her crossbow. Can you use one of these?
I can definitely try.
This will keep you at least a little safer. So that's light crossbow.
Got it.
Rathian is going to whisper at the people who were around back, and he's going to ask if there was any other doors that these guys could come out of, or if this was the only one.
No doors.
Alum is also going to sort of reach back in her pack, and she actually pulls out a crowbar and hands him the crowbar.
To Big Al?
Yeah.
All right. Big Al's got a crowbar and a crossbow. Do you give him more bolts?
Oh yeah, of course. Obviously.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I just
clarifying.
No, I should have said that clearly. So I hand him the crossbow and the bolts, and then as an afterthought, I say, I suppose if they get close, you can hit them with this. And then she runs around the building.
All right. And he gives the like slap in the hand, like, all right, let's do this. Crowbar slap.
Hey, it's better
Scary.
than nothing.
Y'all ready?
Improvised club.
Let's do this.
Rathian, you gonna breach?
I want to know what everybody else's plan is first, because I can plug up the door, but people aren't going to be able to. People need to be able to shoot around me.
I know. I have a plan. I have something. Open the door and I'll throw something that won't explode inside. So we won't destroy the house.
Okay. Then what Rathian is going to do is he's first going to cast Sanctuary on himself right before we start the fight.
And Zook will prepare a little clockwork beetle, like hold it in hand and preparing to throw it like a grenade inside the house.
And then I'm going to pull my shield and mace out.
Light crossbow is a D8 or a D6.
I think it's a D6.
Okay.
At which point I will kick the door open.
Okay, you kick the door open and you enter what appears to be a very large kitchen. The front door of the house leads into this area, which holds a large butter churn, several work tables, shelves of foodstuffs and ale, and hanging pots and pans line the walls. Atop a small table is a skull-shaped wooden butter mold, but more importantly, there are 4 very confuzzled orcs in here who are having themselves a bit of a luncheon.
Of butter.
I mean, they were putting butter on basically everything, but they were rummaging through the other foodstuffs from the farmhouse. Let's
I
do
will blast
that.
that door open and say some kind of cool one-liner.
Now you have to come up with a one-liner.
You better give me a good butter-based one-liner.
I've been thinking so hard and I can't think of anything.
You should have thought butter of this.
Oh gosh.
You butter, get the hell out of here.
Hi, Clay. How's it going?
Mercy. It's on mercy.
It really helps if you start drinking.
So, as he was opening the door, I was preparing probably the grease spell.
Okay.
So it's like a beetle, and I'll throw it, and as it lands, it lands upside down and starts spinning on its back and just spraying grease all over the floor.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Feel like I'm missing
Holy shit,
somebody.
how many 20s have you rolled today?
All of them.
Oh my goodness.
I think I'm missing an loom.
Oh, I did
3.
not roll initiative yet. I apologize. There you go. How about a 7?
You beat 1 orc.
Cool.
It's okay. Sometimes it's good to go at the end.
Okay, so there's like more orcs on the rest of this floor, but I'm gonna give them a round before they start reacting to this, which means that we're gonna start off with Cazador, who is currently outside of a window, sees 4 unassuming orcs in that room, and has a door right in front of her. What do you do?
Why are you over there?
It's Cazador.
Because I can't attack them if you're in front. I'm actually going to hold my action. I would like to move into this window once these guys are aware what's going on, and I'm going to come in this room after they have left it.
Okay, so when the orcs in this room start to head towards your posse, you're going to open this window and jump through it.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, not while they're just like, oh, heading over there. They ought to be most of the way there.
Yep. Longtooth. The door has been breached. Zook, you could have had a prepared action, so where's that grease spell dropped at? Can you draw that on the map? And Longtooth, what do you do, sir?
I need to know where the grease is.
Wait, over here, probably.
Okay.
Sure.
Is that how small it is? I thought it was bigger than that.
They're 5-foot squares.
It's a 10-foot 10-foot square, centered on a point within range. Oh, not sure how it works actually in here.
That's fine.
Longtooth, you're defeating the purpose of my sanctuary and shield.
So Longtooth steps up past Rathian. And as he does so, dropping out of the ceiling, the ghost of his dead son falls upon the back of this orc. As a bonus action, I cast Hunter's Mark here.
Okay. Which orc would you like to target?
That's the one right directly in front of him.
Okay.
And he'll attack. So I'm guessing an 11 misses.
I will let you know as soon as I jump back over to the window. An 11 misses an orc.
And then
Hunter's Mark is automatic. I don't have to do anything, right?
Yeah, and then he moves back.
Okay.
And he looks at Rathian like, what are you talking about?
Tactics, man. Tactics.
The orcs need to roll a dexterity saving throw, the two of them. So
yeah, I was going to do it at the start of their turn just for ease.
Okay.
So it is the farthest orc's turn. He's going to start with their dex save. He rolls a 14.
DC is 15.
DC is 15.
Wasn't this going to be a surprise round for us?
He's still in the grease spell. He's just going to be affected by it. He's not going to take any other actions. I just wanted to do all the players in the right order. That orc is not in the spell. That orc has been affected. That guy in the next room is now aware that things are happening. Whoops, went too far. Jamro.
All right. Seeing this battle is beginning, Jamro would like to sprint to the window and look at this orc closest to him and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. What do I got to do?
That is a...
Probably wisdom save.
Of course it doesn't. Yes, it is a wisdom saving throw. DC 13.
18.
So it passes, takes half damage.
7 damage.
And it does not have to run away in fear. But yes, then I will take
Yet.
on the wall.
Rathian. There
All
is
right.
an orc slopping around in some grease, one wrapped in a ghostly child's attacks, and one of them that's clutching its skull.
Rathian is going to move here, use his action to kick that door open.
There's more orcs.
Yeah. Yell at him like, you butter not come over here. And then I'm going to move back to plug the door and raise my shield.
Okay. Cazador, you see a door fly open, and Rathian yells at a bunch of orcs. Zook, your first turn, sir.
All right. He will climb up here behind Rathian, and let's see. I'll summon one of my the Ballista Scorpion right up here.
Got it.
And command it to fire on, let's say this guy. Oh, wait. No. The one that's Hunter's marked.
Green guy. Got it.
Yep.
Shoot him. That hits. And he takes 10 damage.
Force Ballista.
Would you like to push it 5 feet away?
I would.
He is pushed back into a wall, knocks several pots and pans down, and he still has the ghost child attacking him from on top of his shoulders.
Wonderful. And then I'll just head back down the stairs and pray.
A loom.
Okay, question, DM. The actually, I guess 2 in 1. The windows are how high off of the ground for the sill, and are they glazed or are they open? Like, do they have glass in them?
They're glass pane windows, and the floor of this building is 3 steps up. So when you are, if you are 6 foot,
so like a foot and a half, 2 foot up from the ground.
Well, no, because the whole floor of the building is 2 feet off the ground. So the windows are roughly shoulder height. If you are at the, Jammer was able to walk up and look through it and cast a spell.
Perfect. Okay, super. Thanks. So Alum is sort of realizing that there's a huge bottleneck happening here that's going to actually work to her disadvantage, and she also doesn't see Kaz anywhere. So she's sort of like, oh,
it happens.
I'm gonna go around back. She's just gonna spend her time double moving.
Okay.
So
Final orc will make a dexterity save. 15 was the grease, I believe.
Yep.
So we are now going to descend our new turn order. We still have Cazador up top. All of the orcs are getting ready to turn and run away.
I'm still holding my action until they start moving towards that door.
Got it. Longtooth. Muted?
Yep, you're muted, Clay.
Longtooth again steps into the breach and will attack the same target that is in front of him.
Hunter's Market.
Yep.
Pike power.
And continue to roll poorly.
Would you like to use an inspiration?
No.
Okay.
And then step back.
In and shoot. It's so like I said, he's like backed into a rack of pots and pans, and so he is still clawing at the ghost child on him and dealing with the fact that he was force pushed by the scorpion thing, and in like the shittiest luck imaginable, as you shoot your arrow, he knocks a skillet down, and that deflects the arrow. Orc. This one is going to spend half of his movement to stand up, and then he is going to step out of the grease spell, and he's going to scramble for his weapon, which is a javelin, and he's going to chuck a javelin at Rathian.
Wisdom save.
Sure. 11.
Oop, that's a fail. That means he either has to attack somebody else or lose the attack.
Longtooth, 16 with a javelin.
That'd be a miss.
Sweet. Also, you have cover from Rathian's ass.
He misses by even more.
Okay, so he's just going to move there.
You better do better than that.
Right.
He's going to be doing this all night now.
I'm just ready to shove him into the room.
Yeah. One of the orcs from the other room runs all the way up to the door. Man, there's so many orc tokens. An orc steps forward and chucks a javelin at Rathian.
Wisdom save.
7.
That's a fail.
He can't see anyone else, so he gives up.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess there is a scorpion. The one next to the scorpion is going to pull out his great axe and attempt to attack the scorpion.
No.
That hits.
21. I forgot these guys can use a bonus action to move even further. I'll give you that first orc not attack there, Rathian.
Nah, bring it over. Make a wisdom save.
Okay. 8.
Fail.
So that guy attacks the scorpion. I have a lot of orcs, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
I'm
Take your
not.
time.
This is exactly what I wanted.
A door at the far end of the room opens up, and an orc steps into the room, is shocked at what's going on. He's going to skirt around. Since his buddies are piling up there, he's going to make his way around the stupid puddle of grease. And then the final guy is currently fighting the ghostly child and is going to get out of the pots and pans rack and rush forward to attempt to great axe Mr. Rathian with a 13 on the wisdom save.
Ooh, that succeeds.
19 to hit for 15 damage.
Oof. Actually, 19 misses. I have my shield on.
Cool.
Oh, bang.
Clang. Jamro.
Oh, right.
Alum saw that through the window.
I'm going to start by kind of reaching up and kind of doing a little jump butt slap to Rathian and giving him some bardic inspiration.
So
Then I'm gonna-
Longtooth is like on the porch, And Jammerl reaches up and like through the door slaps Rathian on the ass.
Good game.
I'm a nice little one. And then I'm going to run to the door and kind of pull out my lyre like a high school kid with his boombox standing outside of his crush's house. And I'm going to strike that power stance. And I'm going to cast Fairy Fire right where this orc is standing.
Got it.
Yes.
Wisdom
Best
save,
spell.
everything.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wisdom saves. I'm going to just start at the top and go down left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So 3 and 3, the 13 passes.
Okay.
And I forgot to mention this last time, but for the first time, you guys actually hear like an actual chord ring out. But it doesn't ring from Jamrel's lyre. Rather, it rings from that area he cast the spell. And that sound kind of emanates out and highlights all these different characters.
Cool.
Dope.
He's
You
the
have-
true hero of our story.
It's true.
Yep.
You have 3 glowing orcs. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Zook.
Is the window open?
I forgot this guy
Right
is
here?
glowing and the window is currently closed unless someone tries to like break it or something or open it.
Would that be an action, a bonus action?
I'd give you your free object interaction to open a window.
Okay. Zook will open the window and shout, "Stop hitting my machine!" He'll fire a crossbow bolt, his Prismo Zapper, but not activated, on this orc over here that I can't mark for some reason. Just in front of him. Let's see. Sorry.
We have a Cazador pointing out how high those windows are.
Oh, that's fair. That's a fair point.
He jumped in between
Because
sentences.
the bottom of the window is a solid like 4 feet off the ground.
You have a shoulder height on a man. I feel like someone that is knee high.
Maybe he's
All
got
right,
like
so
artificial
he'll just
vector
just like
legs.
Exactly.
he'll just pull the Prismo Zapper up like that, and try his best to be on his toes and shoot. You can probably do that at disadvantage or something. But that's the one.
Well, it's going to miss anyways, so I don't have to come up with some fancy roll a d6 and subtract that or give them half cover or anything weird.
All right, and so that misses.
Oh, wait. No, it's... Oh, yeah, even with the advantage, you missed. I was going to say you have advantage because Fairy Fire, but even with advantage, you miss.
All right.
And Rathian, you have a big owl out there. I just haven't added one more token to the shit pile while everything is still in the building and he can't do anything.
That's why I was saying it.
And the scorpion will shoot the orc just in front of it,
Okay.
straight in front of it.
There's not a straight in front of it. There's 2 at an angle. The one with Fairy Fire, the one with Hunter's Mark. Pink,
The one
pink or green?
without Fairy Fire, just in front of him, like 15. Like, can't I mark?
Oh, you mean that one?
Yeah, that
Okay.
one. I want to push him into the grease.
Well, you hit him and you do that.
Nice.
So,
I'll go ahead and make his deck save now while I think about it.
yep.
That's a fail. He's prone in the puddle. And he takes 8 damage.
Slipping and slided.
Pew.
Somebody roll a D100 and don't roll below a 45. Y'all are making a fuckload of noise.
45. Sorry.
Rathian,
Why did we let a loom roll it?
why indeed?
So Rathian, I imagine, by the way, his sanctuary is not all holy and shiny. So he's like dripping in like black fog and shadow energy. Valerie, I think your mic's open. So I can't attack or do anything, or I lose my sanctuary. So he just kind of hunkers down behind his shield, lets off a little more mist, and I'll take a defensive action.
But do you make a butter pun?
I don't.
Okay.
Or maybe I better stay right here for now. Except butter.
out.
Spit out.
You said better instead of butter, and
I did. I fucked up. God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm getting too old for this butter.
That was a great threat, but I can't believe it's not butter.
Don't get salty.
Orc from the next room is going to rush forward and try to get through the door, and we're going to have an orc conga line here for a second. Sure, he'll squeeze on through, and we'll great axe at Rathian.
Wisdom save.
I'm working on it.
He
15.
but he misses.
Okay.
Bang.
Asshole ass fucking paladin. Illume. There are like 4 orcs clanging off a Rathian shield. All sorts of noise happening in there, and 2 greased up orcs wrestling in a grease puddle. One of them's glowing.
Indeed. So she's going to standing at this window now and like seeing Rathian just getting hammered on, even though she realizes he's not getting hurt or hit, but like she can still see the threat of it. So she's going to actually reach over and try the window just to see if it might swing open.
You can open the window.
Oh, and so like that sort of surprises her. So like
It swings outward over your head.
Mm-hmm. So she'll swing it out, and then she just sort of looks in, sees that some of them have been highlighted. What color is the fairy fire?
It's the blue, like a light blue highlight.
Awesome. Okay, so there's this kind of like sparkly light blue around a few of them, and realizes what that means. So she's gonna just like reach her hand in, and she reaches her hand in, and this like spiraling blue coil of force roils out towards the nearest.
Got it. I'm gonna assume you're gonna attack the one standing up so that you don't have disadvantage.
Eldritch Blast. A nat 20. So that's a 26 to hit.
Ooh.
So 9 for
Nice.
that would be the closest one to her. This one here that's not in the grease.
Still alive, but you wrecked him. Anything else?
She will then duck below the window.
Got it. Orc from the next room is going to see the pile up and run and open this door and step into this room.
I think she yells out, "Where's Cazador?"
It's almost my time to shine.
Orc in the grease puddle is going to stand up and step out of the puddle and then step down here and try to attack the fucking scorpion because nobody's making headway on the paladin just yet. Great axe attack. 23, but only 4 damage.
Wow.
It has 4 hit
points. All
points.
that remains. So it's done.
No.
Rathian, a bunch of scorpion pieces clang off of your shield, scatter across the floor.
Yep.
Sorry, I just needed one less token on the map. Cazador.
Oh, this orc's about to get it. I'm coming in this window.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to stab this guy.
Okay.
What?
With your teeth?
It seems reasonable.
She waited 3 turns for this, guys. Let's see how it goes.
Well, now I'm coming in. Pincer. I'm pincering here.
Do the thing.
Yeah, you have to actually attack.
I'm doing it.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
That'll hit.
21.
Yeah. There you go.
And a 20.
And give it a little of that sauce too.
Right in the kidneys. He is just barely hanging on.
See, I waited 3 turns, but like, look at the magic.
And nobody sees it.
Now drop darkness again, and we'll ruin these guys' lives.
Longtooth. There's like,
We just hear it.
yeah, there's like 5 people bouncing off a Rathian shield right inside this room.
Yeah. Longtooth is going to start by attacking the one that's slightly to the left that's glowing with Jamrel's Fairy Fire.
Got it.
I'm going to take the -5 to hit plus 10 damage option here.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
It's a
Because the
good-
advantage, see if that translates.
Worked for you last time.
So 24 -5 would be, I'd hit a 19.
Hits by a long shot.
So I actually do 19 points of damage to that guy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You obliterate him.
Skewered.
Now, I'm going to attack the one that I have Hunter's Mark on as a part of my Horde Breaker ability, because he was
Yep.
adjacent to him.
Yep.
This is a normal attack, not the -5 plus 10. Does a 16 hit?
16 hits.
So I do 13 plus an additional die 6 for the Hunter's Mark.
He did.
Okay. I'll
Here comes attack number 3 again.
And then, yeah, as the bonus action for killing something this round, he'll swing that pike around again, that long spear, on the other one that's within his reach that is fairy fired. Again, taking the -5 plus 10.
I just imagine him like almost like it's a pool cue, like stick.
So, yeah, that's 18 points of damage to that guy.
He has 8 hit points.
You can feel the pride emanating from Rathian.
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
Y'all got the like phalanx set up, and it's like shield, poke, 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 shield.
Yep.
And yeah, there we have it.
Some
Thank you for
Roman
deleting,
Legion action
like-
going on.
Half of those tokens for me. I really appreciate that.
Doing my part.
Yep. Unfortunately, at this point, I need to roll that and that.
Bring it.
All right. So the orc right in front of Rathian is going to step over, and he doesn't have another option except wisdom save, I guess. Nope.
Not today.
5 won't.
Yep. Too many orcs to keep track of. There's an orc upstairs. It's going to come downstairs. It gets to there. There's an orc in a puddle who is going to stand up and come over to Rathian because he was wallowing on the floor and does not know that somebody with a spear outside is wrecking fools. Wisdom save.
As he steps
Fail.
over 3 corpses.
Yeah.
This seems fine.
Yeah, this seems fine. That's a fail, so I'm gonna just keep rolling here. There's another orc upstairs that's gonna move. Cazador, the orc next to you, spins around, and it had a javelin out because it was going to try to throw it at Rathian, so it's got his axe on his back, but it's just going to try to prod at you with a javelin. 15 for 4.
No, sir.
Kai,
She got the jukes.
got it.
She's got a piece of his shoulder meat hanging out of her mouth.
Lovely.
Yep. Loom, the orc that you shot is going to step over and try to stab out of a window at you. 24 for 5.
So like catches her in the shoulder or something, on the top of the head or whatever.
Got it. You ducked against the house and you're like, I'll be safe. Stab.
Yep.
Damril.
Well, things are getting a little tougher because I can't really see and they can't really see me.
Bro, you're telling me. I got like 15 combatants to track and a Rathian standing in the door going, you can't hit me. You keep rolling 7s.
I mean, even if you can swing, you have disadvantage on an armor class 20, so good luck.
Hey, Zook, did you open the window?
I sure did.
Okay. So Jamril's like inspired by Longtooth, and he's like, hey, watch out, Zook. And he kind of jumps up, tries to swing himself here, and stab this orc with his rapier.
So you climb through the window into the room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stab away.
Jammer, what the fuck are you doing?
It's got 7 hit points. Nope, you left it at 1 life.
Okay. Jamril turns his back to the orc and then just topples out of the window.
I'm gonna attack of opportunity your ass.
that
Go for it.
provokes.
17 for 12.
Oof. Yes, that hurts.
Junked!
There's like a slash in Jamril's back as he
You attempt to dive out of the window and you're basically propelled as this axe catches you.
he
It's
just
like
lays
Jazz
there,
on Fresh Prince getting
like,
thrown
on
out the
all
front door.
fours. He lays there kneeling on all fours and he's like, oh, Zook, your turn.
Yeah, so
Wilhelm scream.
yeah, Zook, you're standing there. Jamril climbs up and goes into this room, and you hear like the sounds of combat, and all of a sudden he comes out and busts through the glass and lands on the ground. He Wild West Saloon Wilhelm screamed out the front.
That didn't go so well. But yeah, it'll work.
Give me
better.
a boost. Give me a boost.
Well, he's already on all fours, so
I'm
you
on
can
all
just
fours.
step right on that nice fresh axe wound and into
Yep,
the
I'm
building.
stepping on just on top of him and pulling out this little arcane device, and I plug it into the Prismo Zapper as it spins, and electricity just flows through it, and I take aim and fire at the orc that's hitting a loom.
The orc hitting a loom. Got it. How you gonna roll a 9 with an advantage?
Yeah.
That one.
Advantage.
Yeah, that's a miss, sir.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's my action, bonus action. I take a step back from his back.
Got it. That's so nice of you. Rathian, you have 3 orcs attacking your shield.
I continue to hold my shield up at them and take another dodge action.
Okay. this guy.
Epic.
So
Sure.
just like fucking Leonidas and 300, just shield up against the rain.
Okay, I'm gonna attack you with at least one of them because I want to try. 14.
That succeeds.
Okay, here we go.
This is Butterskull. Not the same.
No,
Both
not
of
the
those
same way.
miss.
Okay, so there's that one. There's an orc upstairs who is going to move that far. A loom. You have an orc who has a javelin stabbed into your shoulder.
So as a reaction, she's like, again, sort of the lightning kind of shoots from her eye slits in her mask. The wings come out, and she is going to she's gonna, so actually at the same time as the wings come out, these like black tendrils start lashing out all around her, and
You
he
become-
needs to save
What I'm
DC
hearing is you got
14.
like Tyrael wings.
Exactly.
Okay.
So these like, yeah, they're like black and blue and white. Like they're black with like wreathed in this like lightning. And so anyway, so it's a DC 14 save. And that is what's it? A strength save. Oh God. All right. Well, that's lame. So
Orcs
I
is
don't think-
strong.
Do they take half damage from that? I don't know. I have to look at the spell. Hang
And
on.
I'm pretty sure that
I think
Who
that
targets the
might
worded
miss.
creature with an attack or harmful spell? Would we call like a grapple or a shove an attack though?
It is considered an attack.
I think you have to attack to start grappling.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
like
they take-
getting into
They
those.
take half damage, but no other effects. So he's gonna take, a whole whopping 2 necrotic. But hopefully that's enough to take him down.
Whoops, I did that wrong. He's still alive.
Damn it. Then she is going to fly up away from him. So she's flying straight up, like up and back, probably from the window.
I'm gonna make an attack of opportunity as you flutter on out of here.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Crit. Arrgh. All right, so that hurt.
I've only got like 15 more orcs in this building too, so take all those attack of opportunities you want.
It's all right.
Cazador, there's an orc that was leaving this room, but now you're in here making enough of a commotion that is going to come back in and attempt to punch something that's not a jackass paladin.
Come at me, bro.
13.
Sorry. Didn't come at me, bro, enough.
Well, it's your turn.
Let's see even, bro.
All right. New guy's coming up. This new fellow that just approached me, I'm going to give him a stab with my spear and hopefully finish off this first guy I was working on with a good old bite.
Got it. Let's see him. Hit.
How's that?
5 damages. Can you do 2 damage to the other guy?
Let's find out.
Yep.
Looks like I can.
Ooh.
Dead.
Nice.
Man,
Bites his
rolling
throat
like a
out.
champion today.
Spits it onto the other orc.
Cazador's got her whole other thing happening in this other room. And she's muted. And she's making all kinds of great like motions, but she's muted.
Yes.
It was really good though.
It was very intimidating. This orc
Got
should
it.
be very afraid.
Okay. Longtooth.
As a bonus action, my son's ghost jumps onto the orc directly out in front of me.
Okay.
So I transfer the hunter's mark onto it.
Chip.
And then as soon as I find my floating character sheet, I will attack it. And here we go. Does a 13 hit?
Yes, it hits exactly.
All right, so I do 13 plus...
Nice.
So I think that's 19 points of damage on that guy.
That is more than an orc has at full health.
All right, and then using my Horde Breaker, I attacked the one to the left that roped Jamrel as he was flying out the window.
The one with 1 hit point left?
Yeah, that's the one. But I don't believe that hits.
That does not hit.
Okay, well, I only killed one this round.
I mean, you're still mopping them up.
That's the gig.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then a double move because he doesn't know that this paladin's an asshole yet because he just came down from downstairs.
You better bring it, brother.
Oh.
Hmm.
I'm going to need to make a wisdom save to attack. This up.
The orc with 1 hit point is going to step to the window and try to throw a javelin at Zook. Jamrel's up against the building, all kind of weird. So I'm going to throw a javelin at Zook. 15 for 4.
I believe.
Rathian, you get an attack of opportunity if you would like.
I would not.
That's some soldier training right there.
That hits.
You guys hear another door open and heavy footfalls upstairs.
Oh no! Actually, you know what? I'll use a shield as a force field emanates in front of me and blocks the arrow, the
Okay.
javelin.
At this point, since something has stepped to the window, I'm going to have Big Al Calzorn make his ready to action. It's got 1 hit point, guys. Buckle up.
Get him!
Ow!
Yes!
Boom!
Dead.
Big Al with the finisher.
He begins to reload his crossbow. That was the orc upstairs. Another orc coming from upstairs. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The orc over at the window with a loom, you flew off into, he can't
Yeah.
see you no more.
You can figure
up.
she's back like 10, 15 feet from the house or so.
Yeah, he's not in a mood to try to chuck a javelin at you through this window, so he's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 move here, and then he's going to use his bonus action aggressive to run up to Cazador and try that great axe thing.
Did he
That'll
run through
do
the
it.
grease?
He walked around the grease with his movement. He used his
Okay.
bonus action to then charge at Cazador, and
Cool,
his
cool.
action to get a piece of her. Jam roll.
Dirty.
All right. I kind of look up at Longtooth, like I say, I guess that's why they call you Longtooth and not Long Reach, huh? And I go to slap him on the butt too, but I think better of it last minute. Just kind of awkwardly pat him on the thigh with some bardic inspiration. Then I come to the window and I look at this guy and I'm like, "You're so ugly, I can smell you from here." And I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Wisdom?
Yes.
You're so, he said, "You're so ugly, I can smell you from here."
Aw.
Oh man.
He spends a moment thinking about it and doesn't actually take any damage. What?
Dang.
Makes no sense.
Rathian.
Come on, hit me! Dodge action.
Okay, really.
Just taunting them. I love it.
Zook.
Zook will fire his crossbow again.
I imagine there's just this sling of insults coming from Rathian the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. And just expert blocking.
Does I don't get advantage on this one, I guess. So it's a 9 to hit. Can't hit anything.
The orc that is standing next to Rathian is going to try to forego the great axe and poke out the door at Mr. Longtooth. I lost my
What?
character sheet. He has tried 4 turns in a row to hit Rathian
What?
and hasn't
What?
done shit.
Why would he attack me? I'm such a nice guy.
He can't get between Rathian's ass and the door frame. So a loom.
That's exactly how Rathian blocks it too. He, with his ass, pushes it into the door frame.
Like a fucking hockey goal.
So a loom is going to essentially fly through the window if she can make it.
Sure.
Kind of like
I am
dive bomb in.
I am a gracious DM.
And she probably will skid across the floor to a stop there.
You land in the grease puddle and like
Slide. Yeah, like a kid in his socks on a hardwood floor. And then
Nice.
and then just kind of does a quick assessment and then is going to blast out with her Eldritch Blast at this gentleman here.
Oh, the orcs are
Gentlemen.
gentlemen. Give me them Eldritch Blast.
How about a 15 to hit?
15 hits.
Boom. 4 force damage.
So noted. Anything else on your turn? Also, I have hiccups.
She's just Yeah, she's just pissed. She's just kind of like aggravated. The wings are just kind of like flapping behind her. She's done.
Okay. Orc is going to come down from upstairs and enter the door behind you. Use its bonus action to rush over towards you. And
Ruh-roh.
then great axe.
Does he walk through the grease?
He does not walk through the grease. He can sidestep that little corner there.
Alum is gonna fall.
Why did you come in here?
This whole like, I have the door, nothing can get past me, and then two different people, actually three, because Jamrel came in too. So three different people have gone in, and they're getting great axed. Cazador, the one next to you that has the axe out, is going to swing at you.
You're learning something about Alum.
Is she dead?
Well, you know.
I mean, 2 for 2 on a loom going down in the last 2 sessions. 14 is a miss, right?
She apparently doesn't think clearly when things get hectic.
Okay. Cazador, it is your turn as we are at the top of round 6.
Alrighty, I'm going to spend a key point, and I'm going to flurry of blows, the one up above me.
Okay.
Watcha.
Hit. Still alive.
Crit!
Double crit!
Double crit. I will.
Can we call that a quadruple threat?
Yeah.
I mean, he's already dead.
1 in 400.
It won't do anything, but I'll go ahead and double your damage on that. So he dead.
Extra dead.
That was me just ripping his entire throat out with my teeth. I have one more unarmed attack yet left. Can I use it on this guy?
Sure.
With
Pinky
advantage,
here.
Right? Is
Advantage,
that one in
yes.
the... Yeah. Fairy fire.
That's the last fairy fire survivor.
I just can't miss today.
He has 4 hit points left, so he goes down to.
Damn!
Oh!
Y'all, I waited 3 turns, but look at this.
I've been deleting the tokens, but I think there's 4 dead orcs in there with Cazador.
That's right.
You just hear the sound of like a feral animal ripping bodies apart in the other room.
There's just tearing of flesh and the sickening like thudding of, you know, fists and feet on bodies.
The best part is that they're orcs, so they're like, 6-7 feet tall, huge and muscled out. And Cazador's like 4 foot and like 95 pounds.
He's just using WWE moves on them.
Longtooth, you have an orc straight across from you, and you have a guy in the corner who's trying to poke at you out of the door frame there.
Yeah, so the guy right in front of me, opposite of me, Ghost jumps onto him, and I will attack him first.
Okay.
17 hits.
And
so he
kills
does
him.
12 plus
He had 11 hit points left.
dead. And then I use Horde Breaker to attack the guy in the corner
Sure.
for another 8 points of damage.
Cleaning house. He's still alive, but we're doing great. What? I got to go upstairs for orc still. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This guy up top. 5. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. Fuck it. Somebody's eventually going to hit this paladin, right?
Come on!
Wisdom. Okay.
Not that one.
Yeah. No, he can't do it. Jamrel.
All right.
I'll have him move here though.
Of course he would. So I'll come to the window, like just kind of stand over Zook, or like pull him aside since he's probably hanging from the window.
I've been going down the wrong fucking stairwell. Half these orcs should have come
Cast.
down behind Cazador. My bad.
Cast 2nd level healing words on Alum.
Okay.
So you heal for 7 points, which is not great. But
It's
then
all right. Better than nothing.
going to cast Dissonant Whispers on this guy again, and he's going to make a wisdom save.
That's okay. I fixed what happened upstairs. We're good now. We'll just use our imaginations. 18 on the wisdom save.
Half damage, and he's not feared. Sorry, Illum.
It's on the guy right next to Illum.
Yes.
Of umbrage? No? Okay.
All good. Yeah.
Rathian. You got an orc to your left and an orc to the right, but that's all right.
Illum, do you need aid?
What? She just sort of looks a little disoriented. Like you see her head like sort of thrashing around a bit.
Just laying there in a puddle of her own blood at the feet of an orc. I mean,
Also grease.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Longtooth, handle this. I'm going to move here and lay on hands on Illum, so I can take two attacks of opportunity.
Both from great axes.
they both
Wisdom
need
saves.
and disadvantage.
20.
Crit.
Shame that wasn't on the attack. I'm going to just make my wisdom saves first. What's the DC on the wisdom save?
13. They both make it.
So they both can attack. Cool. So attack 1, attack 2.
One of them misses. One of them actually hits.
7 slashing damage. Act like you smoking a cigarette and suck a butt.
So I will give you. Fuck it. Take the whole 15.
Oh, awesome.
On your feet, soldier.
Anything else?
That'll do it.
Zook.
Zook is going to fire at the orc that stabbed Illum.
Okay.
That's a 13 to hit.
13 actually hits.
Wonderful. So he takes 9 piercing damage and 4 lightning damage.
He had 10 hit points.
So, and the
Delete.
lightning arcs and electrifies him, fries him to death.
Okay. The orc in the doorway is going to pull out its great axe and swing at Longtooth.
He's like, fucking finally.
And then he misses because science.
Yeah, he just kicks him back with that big old boot of his.
Yeah.
Oh,
Loom.
Oh, wow. All right. So Loom is prone, so she will stand up.
There's 2 orcs
Shit.
down by Longtooth. Cazador, this guy in the stairwell was totally supposed to be in this stairwell. So
She sort of looks for Jamril, doesn't see him. But, she places a hand on Rathian's shoulder as she stands up. She says kind of out loud, like, "Thank you, my friends. Let us finish this." And she's just gonna cast another Eldritch Blast at the dude on the left, I suppose.
okay.
23 to hit.
Hit.
6 force damage.
6 damage. Anything else?
That's it for Illum.
Cazador, you are standing atop a pile of busted and broken orcs, and you hear big, meaty footprints stomping down the wooden stairs behind you.
If you look at our chat, some minutes ago, I did ask where it sounds like these footsteps are going to. Because I'm well aware
Okay,
that I'm
fine.
in a room with a stairwell.
I don't got time to read chat. I got too many orc tokens to move.
Read my chat.
No.
Well, I'm very excited that he's actually over here because then I have to move less steps to kill him.
Okay.
So I'm coming over here, and I'm going to flurry of blows this guy as well. Although I
Okay.
would like to ask, are there any more sounds coming from upstairs?
Make a perception check. What do your elf ears hear? Even over the sounds of combat and stuff, you do not currently hear any footsteps happening upstairs.
Excellent.
Crit,
Currently.
crit, 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 crit. Yep.
I gave her inspiration, and she's just like, fuck it, I'll just start rolling 20s now. Okay, so you hit with a spear and do 6 damage. You miss with an unarmed strike, but if you would like to use inspiration, I would let you re-roll that. And you do hit with the second.
Reroll completely?
Yeah, so you wouldn't just say, oh, well, I see that I rolled a 1, but also a 16. Let me use that inspiration. I would make you re-roll the entire roll, and we would just use the left number. Keep y'all from cheating.
All right, so I will, I'll use it. And let's roll it.
Okay. Then you kill the guy. 6 and 7 is 13 plus 5. Yeah, he's only got 15 hit points. So re-rolling it means you kill that guy.
And I'll move back over this direction.
Okay. Longtooth, you got 2 orcs in front of you.
Yeah. Ghost crawls onto the one in front of me, transferring my hunter's mark.
Yep.
I attack him. I'm going to go with that hits, and I'm going to do another die 6 damage on top of that. So it's another total of 9 onto that guy. I think I hit him before for 8. So
Yeah, 7 hit points, so the 6 doesn't kill him, but the D6 does.
So yeah, it's the ghost. It's the ghost
It's
of
the
his
ghost
son
that
that's like pounding on his back, and it just kind of drops the guy. And I'll use my horde breaker to attack the one on the left. Yeah, and I'm going to use the die 6 bardic inspiration from Jamrel to add to that 12 attack roll.
The old Sly.
So that pushes me to a 13 to hit.
Guess how much armor an orc has?
13.
Nice.
It was the most marginal of butt slaps. Pushed you
It's
over the
just
edge.
enough.
Long reach.
Just enough. Inflicting another 6 points of damage to that one.
It's got 9 hit points, so still up.
And then he will he'll move in right there.
Okay. That orc's going to swing a great axe at you.
That'd be a miss. Again, he boots him off of him.
Jamro.
All right, hearing Alum's words of inspiration, once again kind of swings back up into the lodge and stabs this guy with his rapier.
Okay.
Hopefully.
If you don't kill him, I'm going to have Big Al kill him. 13 hits. He's got 3 hit points.
Oh. And
All right.
I'm gonna stand there next to him, kind of breathing heavily, like, yes, yes.
Nice shot, kid.
Yep. Until Big Al walks in with a fucking crowbar. What do we want to do? A D4?
It's
On a
essentially it's
crowbar?
a improvised club.
Yeah. Let me see what his strength is. It is +3. I have to manually type this
Holy
out.
shit.
I didn't.
Beast.
He
He used to be the sheriff of a town. Like he.
Nice.
Yep. He
Caves of Skull in.
like I said, he was a sheriff, and then he retired, but like doing nothing didn't really suit him. So he's out here and he spends all day like plowing fields and doing man's work. So he's fucking jacked, and he walks in and he brains this orc with a crowbar. And at that point, I'm going to drop you guys out of initiative, and we're also looking just about time for our 10-minute break.
Perfect.
We don't hear any more footsteps coming from upstairs.
Make a perception check.
Oh, sure.
So Cazador, looking through this open door, sees that there's no more threats. She's already heard there's no footsteps. She's just going to start looting bodies in here because I really want someone to just walk in here thinking, Cazador just fucked off this whole time. See 5 dead orcs.
And her rifling through their
And
pockets.
her just casually rifling through their pockets.
Longtooth would never confuse himself with Cazador just sitting on her laurels. He's confident in her violence.
That's
like,
so
"Oh,
sweet."
she's ready to kill
It's the
things."
nicest thing anyone's ever said about Cazador.
I'm going to put that on my character sheet.
I don't even remember how many orcs y'all fought. I feel like there was...
Lots.
There was 9 to begin with, plus a Cazador sword, at least.
Y'all just beat 13 orcs. So there, each of them has 3 javelins and a great axe, as well as some armor and cloth that doesn't really, is not going to be usable for you. Roll 2d50s.
T50.
I like giving you weird dice.
That's awesome. 19. Somebody else needs to roll one. I have an embarrassing confession to make because I have been screwing up my understanding of the Icespire, and I've been mixing 2 of them together. So I shouldn't be flying. I do radiate light.
You jerk.
And so the lightning stuff is still the sort of the flavor of it. But yeah, I apologize about that. I will make sure I get it right going forward.
Zook probably stepped into the house and is mourning the destruction of his machine and tries to gather whatever he can to some of his scraps he can.
This is the
Tears
one I
pouring out.
should be using.
How dare they destroy my machines?
You find 19 gold, 7 silver, and 66 copper between all 13 orcs.
Somebody gonna write down, or does Cazador just chuck them into the corner?
If it's important to you guys, I'll just leave it on the floor for you guys. I'm taking those javelins, though.
So,
Nice.
Yep.
There's 36 javelins.
I don't need 36 unless I was going to make some sort of pincushion suit.
I'm actually going to take a couple of those javelins too.
Okay. Take all of the javelins. Knock yourselves out. We are going to go ahead and swap to our BRB screen and do the break thing. So we'll be back in, call it 12 minutes since it's 8 after the hour. Cool.
Awesome.
And we're back. We did breaks. We talked about WoW. We all waited on Gregory to pee, even though he said he was back, and then he left. So you guys have just beat the crap out of more than a dozen orcs. Big Al was totally the hero of the show, though. He killed that one guy that was about to jump out the window, and he crowbarred the hell out of that last orc. You all find yourselves standing in the kitchen of the Big Al's ranch here. Like I said, there's pots and pans that have been kind of scattered around, especially throughout the fight. The grease puddle just dried up, but there is the skull-shaped wooden butter mold, the thing that he uses to make all of his butter skulls. And there's the corpses of 7 orcs in here and 5 in the next room.
You need help taking these outside?
I'd certainly appreciate it.
And Rathian will just start dragging bodies.
Are we certain there are no more upstairs? Oh, Jamro, you're still injured. She'll walk over and she touches your shoulder, and you get, let's see, how much is it again? 3 points. It's nothing, but it's something.
Cazador, you find yourself in a hallway. There are 3 doors on either side, and in a big open room rather, at the end of the hall. All of the doors are open with the exception of the one that you saw before. Whoops. This one here is closed.
I am just going to make sure there's nobody up here.
Doesn't look like it. Longtooth, I imagine you were looking more than she is in her quick any orcs up here scan. So the first door at the top of the stairs was like a little office, and then the next two were small bedrooms. The one directly south of you is a small bedroom, and the one directly north of you is a big bedroom with several framed paintings down the walls and a large cedar wardrobe and a much bigger bed than the other three rooms.
Looks like they're gone.
Cazador is visibly disappointed.
Cazador, you find yourself in a common room. There are padded chairs and a couple of game tables arranged around this room, and scattered across the floor are several playing cards and probably, if you spent the time searching for it, an entire set of dragon chess pieces. Longtooth, you see this as well now that you're in here.
After a couple of minutes of you guys searching, you start to smell the very distinct odor of burning orc corpse.
Got it.
Very porky, I imagine.
Pork. Zook closes the window. That window was busted out, sir. Jamrel got thrown through that window.
Longtooth will make his way up to Big Al. What will you do?
Well, I've lost all my help and half my livestock, including several of my horses and my prized cow, Petunia.
We saw them, actually, back in the ruins down the road.
You saw my horses or you saw Petunia?
We did
I
see
think we
cow.
saw both, I believe.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You didn't like round them up or tie them off or anything, though?
Well, I suggested it, and she sort of looks to the others accusingly, and then she turns to the window and uses mending to start putting the glass pieces back together to fix the window.
Sorry, we were too busy coming to save this asshole.
They seemed extremely content, so I'm sure they didn't wander far.
Okay, well, you've cleared out my ranch, and everything else can be rebuilt. Like I can hire more ranch hands, and I can build a new barn and stuff like that. But I will not be able to continue my business if I don't have my prized cow. So I will reward you. I mean, I'm already in your debt, but I will reward you even further. I have an old suit of chainmail, magical chainmail, that's yours for the taking if you can bring me back my Petunia, because I need her to make the butter that makes my famous butter skulls.
One cow coming up.
May we see the chainmail before we go? And I don't know about the rest of you, but I could use just a quick short rest before we head back out.
Sure. You guys made sure that upstairs was all clear, right?
Yeah.
Cazador, who has stalked over to this giant man, just gives him a nod, and she's clearly kind of like looking him up and down, assessing him.
He's built.
Alum picks up one of the great axes and sort of like holds it out towards Big Al, and as you know, like she's offering it to trade for her weapon and crowbar back.
All right.
This might suit you better.
Not particularly my style, but I do appreciate that you lent me these, and he'll give you your crowbar and your
Crossbow.
Yeah, crossbow back.
And the bolts.
And the bolts. He's gonna tell y'all to, you got free run here downstairs. I'll be right back, and he'll stomp off to go get that armor. So you're in the kitchen, but then the room that Cazador did all of her murdering in is actually the big dining room, and there's tables and chairs and stuff in there. So he will stomp upstairs. You hear footsteps on the floorboards upstairs, and he rummages around, and he comes back down, and he has it's sized for a human, a set of chainmail. and
Awesome.
it is very silvery and super pretty looking. And
That
it
is most impressive.
Indeed. I wore it myself back when I was working out in Chibor.
And what did you say that it does?
Oh, it's made out of mithril.
Oh.
Super lightweight.
Ooh, interesting.
It's kind of a handy trick because you can wear it like underneath your clothes and stuff like that. So when I was doing my sheriffing, I could walk around in my uniform, as it were, and people weren't expecting that I'd have on a set of armor underneath.
Very nice.
Y'all know what mithril does in 5e, right?
Is it treated as its lighter armor? Like is it still heavy armor, or is it considered lighter?
So it acts as a normal chainmail, except if it would normally impose disadvantage on stealth checks or has a strength requirement, the mithril one doesn't.
Okay.
So it's just chainmail with no disadvantage to stealth, basically. And also you can wear it under your clothes.
Only Rathian can wear it, so congrats, Rathian. But let's go get Petunia.
Okay.
Fortunately for you, we have the best tracker and hunter in the region. And I'm looking over at Longtooth.
So here's what I need. I need someone to roll a d20 and I need someone to roll a d6.
14 and 2.
Okay. So who's heading out to where Petunia was?
After a short rest, I would imagine we probably all would.
Yes, are we short resting?
I think so.
Yeah, in the time to like gather up orcs, burn them, check upstairs, like consider a short rest has happened while y'all were talking to Big Al and stuff.
Okay. I'll play a song of rest, so you get an extra d6 each for a hit die.
Cool.
Active full. Time to cast Sanctuary in the door.
If we can kind of stall for an extra 10 or 11 minutes, I will also cast Detect Magic just to make sure that chainmail is indeed magical.
It's mithril. I don't know if that's magical. I imagine that is.
It's
a magic item.
Actually.
Yeah,
No?
it's not. But we would probably recognize that it's, exceptionally
High quality.
finely made. Yeah.
We need a dwarf.
At this point, I'm going to note that Rathian rolled a 14, and I'm not going to tell you what that means. Just later, when I tell y'all a funny story about that time that some shit happened.
Well, there was also
know.
the 5, so now we have a 5 and a 14 that you need to tell us about.
I'm tracking. I just want y'all to be able to blame Rathian.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
Will
okay
do.
with that.
So the group, y'all don't have horses because you did not take the horses. So you travel on foot to where Petunia was, and she is not there.
Tracking. It's a cow.
Okay.
How far could she have gotten?
Right. Roll me a d6.
Did we avoid a cow on our way in here?
Okay.
Good.
So it's going to end up taking you the better part of 2.5 hours before you find this cow. And you have some introspection as you realize that you're out in the middle of a field, like with orcs and dragon attacks and all these things happening, and you are following cow footprints. Right?
This is really important, you guys.
But you do find Petunia.
Can we also collect the horses?
Sure. Would you like to split the party and go gather the horses and the cow hunting at the same time, or would you like to stay in a big clump?
I'll go get the horses.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
I would imagine we'd 3 and 3 perhaps.
Roll a
I'll go for
d20.
horses.
Somebody roll a d20.
19.
It can't be good.
Yeah, that can't be good. Rathian just sent the dragon back to Umbridge Hill.
What?
19
Why can't we
is-
leave that poor lady alone?
19 is Umbridge Hill.
Well,
You got your horses and you got Petunia, and you head back to Big Al.
Clip clop, clip clop. I ride it in, all noble and badass.
I feel like there was 3 horses, so the 3 of y'all who are on foot, like moving at the speed of cow, arrive just as the three that went and got horses like come on horseback.
No, I can't. No, I cannot.
But this cow is hella subdued.
She's chill. Like Petunia's like
she's into me.
yeah. Once y'all find Petunia, it's just like you feed her a little bit, you like give her a couple of pats, and she's just like more than happy. Like, yep. Anyone watch Bob's Burgers?
Oh yeah.
The cow on the sidewalk.
Is that Melissa?
Yeah. Just that like the glassy eyed, like, okay, I guess we're doing this stare from Melissa is Petunia following you back to the farm, and you get her back and you put her in her little enclosure. And Big Al will meet you and say, yes, you found Petunia. I can go about finding more ranch hands and cleaning up the mess that these blasted orcs have made here, and we'll probably need to build a new barn pretty quickly, but at least I won't be going out of business. I owe you much more than my life, and anything that I can offer you on top of the chainmail, just let me know.
Actually, Big Al, I have a small request.
Is it a butter skull?
Well, I have traveled all over this land from many, many miles across ocean and land, and this is one of the oddest things I've ever seen. I would very much like to try one.
All right. And he'll lead you down to the cellar, and he gets you a skull of butter off the shelf, and he says, It's literally just a big glob of butter in the shape of a skull, but folks around here, I don't know, I guess they like the novelty of it.
Yes, it's fascinating. By the way, did you want us to return a message to Harbin?
Perhaps
He was the one who sent us.
Yes, he would love to know of your whereabouts.
Yeah, of course, if it'll... I think one of my ranch hands was able to snag a horse and run to town asking for aid. So to get news back to town that you guys have come in and saved us, I'll draft up a note to Mr. Weston real quick, and that should get you paid, above and beyond for this job.
Illum does her bow. That would be most appreciated.
You bet.
Hey, Loom, have you ever tried an apple before?
Perhaps.
Oh,
Big Al is going to
so.
start tending to cleaning up around the ranch and stuff, by the way. So if you're not directly talking to him, he is going to start gathering the pigs back into their pens, and he'll be finding oddball chickens and trying to get them back. So if you need to talk to Al, you can find him, but otherwise he's not just standing there waiting on y'all to figure out your stuff.
She's not
Rathian's
talking
gonna
to
go
him.
smoke by the lake.
She's not talking to him, but Cazador is kind of hanging around near him, giving him the eyeball, maybe wrangling a chicken or two.
Sorry.
He grabs a chicken and he's walking it back to the coop, and as soon as he grabs the chicken, he turns around Cazador has a chicken and is trying to figure out is he about to eat it? What is he doing with the chicken? And then he's no. And she's oh. So she hands him the chicken, and he walks off with a chicken under each arm back to the coop.
Jamril, I believe I've had apples. However, I am not certain I've had a local apple. The ones from where I grew up were tart, but mildly sweet.
Well, you should try one of these cooked in butter. It's pretty nice.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Roll a d12. Also, Big Al takes the chickens back to the coop, and one door is closed, but the other one is open, and so he puts the chickens inside and he closes the door. 9. They are Honeycrisp apples.
Ooh.
Curtis, you know why there's 2 doors on a chicken coop?
I don't think I want to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna though, aren't I?
Yeah.
Enlighten us.
There's 2 doors on a chicken coop because if there was 4, it'd be a chicken sedan.
God damn it.
Oh man!
Anything else at the ranch?
Long live Lord Cluck.
Zook will try to build a mechanical chicken and let it join the rest of them just for the lulz.
You know, my original idea of burning this place to the ground is sounding better and better.
Hey, Big Al has nothing to do with my puns. Like, don't punish him for me.
Oh my!
All right. So we take a short rest, and then I suppose we start heading back. What time of day is it?
So, y'all got here around lunchtime on the third day of travel from after recovering from the dragon fight. So we said like 3 hours tracking down the cow, and an hour for short rest, and another hour just kind of fiddle farting around the ranch. So we're looking at dinner time. And Zook builds a mechanical chicken and definitely puts that in
Yeah,
in the chicken
we'll
coop.
leave back for town in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds very wise.
So you camp for the night. Somebody roll a d20.
Actually, I think Illum is going to spend the evening sort of like wandering around the farm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's sort of melancholy, if anyone was to pay attention.
Okay.
Jamro would, for sure.
Being on this ranch makes me miss my home.
Oh, and why is that?
Oh, we were farmers. My family is still, as far as I know, farming as we speak. They're probably, what time of year is it?
Midsummer-ish.
Yeah. Yes, they've probably just finished planting, I would imagine.
Well, so far it's been a great year, so hopefully they'll do well.
She'll stay up all night, of course, so if anyone else is going to sleep, that's fine with her.
Okay. I'm going to jump us back over to the other screen. Everybody's still in the right spots. Cool.
I guess you don't really... After a little while, Jamrel kind of pulls out his instrument, as he always does, and begins perfecting another two stanzas to his poem. He says, "A monster like none I'd ever seen before, as Longtooth put it, a rather large manticore. With stinging stinger and biting tooth, the beast was bad, but not unlike our group. We fought and it slowly fell, but still we press on and continue our travels. And onwards again to Nomengard, with King Nerkly and Korbaz the coward. Where a shapeshifter loosed and a missing two, our journey led us into the barrel room. And of course the barrel's prey had to be Zook, and though it was scary, the mimic was slew."
Well done.
No, I wouldn't regret having a bard along. All right, gang. It is 3.5 days travel back to town. Is there anything y'all want to do, Cazador?
Yeah, before we leave, after about half a day's worth of stalking him, on their way out, Cazador is going to walk up to Big Al and kind of like give him a conciliatory pat on the shoulder and say, "It is a shame you are not an elf. You would make strong, sturdy children." And then just turn around and walk away.
Big Al.
Any jokes I have at this point would be inappropriate.
Hey, it's your stream. Do you have a little not intended for non-mature audience?
I'm cussing all the time, I suppose.
Literally the bond on my character sheet.
Yeah. I guess with all the cussing I do, I could make Big Al jokes. 3.5 days back to town. Would y'all like to go on the road? Would you like to go overland back through the hills that y'all came through? Is there anything you want to do on the way, including Connieberry? Do y'all go through Connieberry or around Connieberry?
His inclination is to just take us to the hills because that's his territory.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just follow Longtooth.
Sure.
We look for more orcs.
I'm curious about that ruined town, but I'm willing to defer to the group.
Oh, and remember there's the shrine that's to the south of Connieberry. Like there's a trail that y'all crossed across on the way out here.
The shrine to Timora.
No, not
Oh,
the
that
one
was
in town. Sorry, I have hiccups.
The one in town is the Shrine of Luck, right?
Yep. It's the Shrine of Severus.
Rathian is not interested in a shrine.
Didn't think so. Okay. Well, go ahead and give me a D20 as y'all set off in the morning. Give me a D100. 15. Why does 15 sound familiar? Oh. Guess where Rathian just sent the dragon.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully not Umbridge Hill.
No, to the Shrine of Severus. So as y'all set out for the day, you can see the dragon ahead of you, south of where you know the ruins of Connieberry are. So you can see it circling. Y'all are on the overland map, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put y'all back over by Butterskull. I have a thing here.
I'm a little tired today, guys. I don't know if we should do this.
Let's go.
You see the
how I
dragon?
handle those orcs?
The dragon is right about there. So how do y'all want to do what?
Let's get the fuck away from here.
I
Okay.
agree, Zook.
Would
Due
you like?
south, hide
Yeah.
amongst the hills, the leaves in the hills.
Okay.
The other south.
I got stuck with Butterskull Ranch. Okay, so you can do 24 miles in a day, and each hex is 5 miles. So you head 5 miles south, and you still see the dragon off to the northwest.
Yeah, we'll do another hex south,
Okay,
and then start cutting southwest.
10, 15, 20, call it 25 there by the end of the day.
Sure.
Okay. This is back in the area where you saw lots of
Tracks.
not lots, but enough that you know that there's orc tracks coming down from the hills, because remember the orcs came out of this valley and then hit the road before heading east. But you do see other humanoid footprints, hunters, trappers, prospectors, etc. What you got, Gregory?
Was Rathian going to don the armor? Like, we didn't really talk about it.
Oh, yeah. I guess we just kind of like put it in a bag.
Like, I would imagine you probably would want to.
I'll take it if nobody else wants it. I already have
I
chainmail, so all it'll do is I can sneak a little better.
I don't know that anyone else can use it. So,
Okay, then I'll take it.
no armor, light armor.
Well, Longtooth is wearing scale mail here, where he's wearing medium armor.
Yeah, but do you want heavy armor?
No. Negative.
Guys.
Theoretically, it won't affect your stealth, though. So it actually, but does it affect anything else? It might drop your armor class, depending.
Yep, because
Yeah,
you.
depending how high his dex is.
Yeah.
I think it'd be the same. I think I'm getting
Oh.
a
I think-
total of 16 out of the scale mail because it has a maximum of 2 decks.
I like the idea of Rathian having shiny, like this, like ridiculously bright chainmail.
And then Black Shadow coming out from
Exactly.
between the links.
Exactly.
It's black and chrome, man.
It's so awesome.
Hell yeah.
So y'all start the second day and you're heading through the hills, and off to the northwest you see the dragon flying southwest towards town / Umbridge Hill, because I rolled a 19. So today it's going to be spent heading that direction.
At what point does she die?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Please no.
I don't want to kill the one place y'all can buy healing potions, but the dragon has gone there 1, 2, 3, 4 times already this adventure.
Yeah, he digs that place.
It's an
It's a good
easy
spot.
There's
it's an easy landmark for him.
there's
or
an
her.
entire map to deal with, and the dragon has only gone north of Tribord Trail 3 times. Everything else is down in the Sword Mountains.
It's because we left out that Banticore corpse, and it's like, oh, free meal. I wonder when
Yeah.
another one's going to show up.
Oh, there's nothing here but this stupid lady.
She just hides every time.
Might as well eat her.
Okay. I don't know if y'all have permission to move that token.
Nope.
Nope.
How about now?
Yep.
Its name is Torch.
Its name is now Torch.
The 5 hexes?
Yep.
That's where I take us.
Okay. So you camp here for the night. Roll a D100. And then where are you heading in the morning?
To town.
Okay. That's not town.
Well, town's not on the map.
We should perhaps we
Oh,
should
sorry,
check
sorry,
in.
Roll a D20.
Net 20.
Damn.
I lost my dragon token because it went to the damn GM layer. Where I put it on purpose, but that's beside the point. Okay, the dragon is nowhere to be seen, and you guys arrive in Vandalin again.
All right.
I think the idea was to collect the shipment to take to the logging camp, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, you can
Keep hearing about this lighthouse.
Oh,
Yeah.
visit with Harbin first and make sure nothing else is going on. And
As long as he doesn't try to pay us under the door again.
100 gold would take a while.
yeah, I had a thought about
Guess-
that. He
guess
should
what he
stack
does.
like 10 coins and then just make another stack that's equal to that, and then
Did you tell him that under the door?
when we get there, for sure.
Yeah. No, he says, no. My system works perfectly well.
Yes, he does. It really,
And at-
really does.
at this
I'm going
point,
to
I've got-
confuse him again.
I've got pretty good at it, so I just have a little.
Platinum would be wonderful.
I have a little tally. I see, like I have a clipboard, and I've just attached that to the door because I'm pretty sure last time y'all made me lose track on purpose. I was basically going through the cash register, and it came up a little light. So I think y'all threw me off. So this time I'm gonna go 1 and slide it under the door, and then I'll tally on my clipboard, and then 2, and then tally, and 3.
Better.
and
Have you heard of the scale?
Loom whispers to Jammer, are you certain there's nothing you can do about this?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
You guys want me to thunder smite the door open?
I fear that would just make things worse.
Classic.
So I'll save y'all like having to roleplay with Harbin to get paid 100 gold under the door. But you head back to Barthen, the guy that you spoke to before, and he, grizzly human guy. He's got the 2 young helpers there stocking shelves and carrying stuff for him. And what do y'all say?
Have you still the package for the loggers?
Yep, 2 crates of supplies, a cart, and an ox.
With your permission, we would like to fulfill this task.
You bet. So just and he like snaps, and the two boys come running. He says, "Take him out there and show him the cart." And then I forget the ox's name. I'll tell you in a minute when I go back to that page. He says, "Show him the cart and do a quick inventory, make sure everything's still there, and then get them rolling because the logging camp has waited an extra week at this point for its supplies."
We will make haste.
I'm sure they'll appreciate it, especially considering that it's Harbin's half-brother. Yeah, you don't want to make them wait too long. Harbin kind of runs the town, and if you piss off family, it's bound to reflect badly on you.
Have there, out of curiosity, were there any new bounties on the board?
You know, I was just doing that. There is one on the board. It's something about a gold mine. Let me read it off to you here. Squirrel.
I resemble that remark.
I lost my damn bounty board page.
So how much gold does each of us gets?
Give me a sec, I'll tell you. It was 100 gold, right, for that bounty?
And there was also some gold with the orcs.
So how much was that? It was 100. There was 19 gold, right? 19 gold.
I misread that, but I'm totally willing. It's canon now. Apparently, if Big Al is alive, he's supposed to pay you, but if he's dead, then Harbin pays you. But you know what? Fuck it. Have an extra 100 gold. I don't care.
Oh, so we get 200? No,
you get 100.
Right on. All right, so 119, 7 silver, right? And then 66 copper. And there are 6 of us. All right, so we each get 19 gold, 10 silver, 6 copper.
Cazador takes hers and hands it to whoever's next to her. So roll for it.
Oh, sure. Roll a d5. Roll a d10. Divided by 2. Why don't you roll in? A loom held some for you already, so.
What's that?
The mountains too cold. I switching these panels. Do overseer.
Y'all got that new quest?
I'm reading it.
Zook will copy it to his notebook. Hey.
Ugh, an escort mission.
Yeah.
They always walk so slow.
Yeah, I don't know. It will take a few days.
Curious, is it on the way back from the logging camp, Longtooth? Perhaps
it does not make sense to drag this man all the way to the logging camp. Let's go deliver the goods, and we can come back. If he still hasn't found his way, we can think about escorting him.
Very well.
You know that area in the hills where you kept seeing all those humanoid tracks?
Yeah, that's what I kind of assumed.
Yeah, y'all walked. I had you roll D100s just to see if you would end up like accidentally at the place, and you rolled right past it both times.
It's fine.
It's okay. It's fine. Y'all got this.
We have other things to do. Logging camp.
How would you like to go about getting to the logging camp? There are multiple ways you can do this. You can head straight through the forest and attempt to get there with your ox and wagon. You can head overland through the countryside, skipping the forest and heading up to the river and then following the river. Or you can literally take the road all the way back to Neverwinter and then travel along the river.
No interest in going to Neverwinter. That's a
Neverwinter.
bunch of city folk.
Yes, no. Let's avoid Neverwinter.
Yeah, no one here is interested in that.
No.
Let's stick to the open land to get to the river and then follow the river. Trying to drag a cart and ox through the wilderness, the forest, doesn't sound good.
Not long to.
I can tinker with the wheels. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna have tank treads on it.
I can definitely make a cart survive the forest. I got this.
It's not about
I got this.
not about survival. It's about navigating an ox and a cart through the forest. There'll be no road. It'll just be trees.
I believe what he's saying is it may not fit.
Fine.
I have no doubt in your ability to build things.
Okay, let's go around.
Give me that D20, though. Also, give me a D100 and don't roll below a 20.
12 for the
How about a 96?
12 and 96. Woo, nice roll.
Okay. Let's go see where a 12 sends the dragon. I don't want to spoil anything, but a 12 sent the dragon to the gold mine. All right, so make your first day of travel.
Alum is riding in the cart.
Cazador's hanging out with that ox.
Move your token. Show me where you go. Remember, you get 24 miles a day, and each hex is 5 miles.
So we have 5 hexes in a day?
Depending on your hexes, yeah.
Suppose we go around the forest?
It's 75 miles if we go around and take the river.
All right, so that's where we are. We're just kind of following the edge of the forest, so we're not in the woods, but we're using the grasslands there.
Okay. First day passes without incident. On the second day, based on your 96,
Second day will put us there.
yep. I'm reading this location real quick so I know what to describe. Yep. Okay. So
Perhaps we will find a track that leads to the logging camp.
You'd have to think that the loggers would be naturally using the river to move the wood down to the city. So I have to imagine they have a presence there.
yeah. So on the second day with your 96, what I'm going to give you is you don't pass directly on it, but you see off in the distance as you're sticking to the edge of the forest, you see a hill. It's probably about 30 feet high total, but based on the fact that you're up on another hill near the forest, you can see across to it, and it's like really flat, like unnaturally flat. And it just strikes yourself as kind of a weird location, and you don't head the several miles over there to investigate it, but I will go ahead and mark it on the map.
Thank you.
So that you have this like weird hill here, and then you basically get almost to the river the next day.
Okay.
And then, like you said, the area around the river has been kind of cleared out, and it's not a full road, but the trail from town to the logging camp, you find it, and then it's actually going to make your traveling a little bit easier as you're able to reach the logging camp at just about dinner time on the third day. And I don't have my logging camp window open because I am terrible at this game. Oh wow! If y'all went through the forest, there's a whole like survival checks and getting lost bullshit. Okay, as you come up the river and enter the woods proper on the way to the logging camp, about 60 feet ahead of you, there's a wild boar standing in a small clearing, and it glares at you suspiciously.
I glare back.
Longtooth is going to see if we we can't go around it. Like he'll use his animal handling to try and peacefully circumvent around the wild boar.
Yeah, sure. Make an animal handling check. Like I said, it's kind of in a clearing, and there is definitely a way that you can go.
Nope, that's one mean pig. That's a mean looking pig.
Even with the animal handling check, though, like you can just go around it.
Okay.
As you start to get closer, like it tenses up and continues to glare at you, and you're like, yeah, probably not a smart idea to get any closer. And you can just cut a wider berth. It's going to set you back several minutes because you have to get the ox and the wagon through the freaking trees because this boar is basically guarding the road.
You guys remember Crocodile Dundee?
Yes, definitely. That
Okay.
might be a fine dinner to bring to the loggers.
You want to?
So we have to get off the road to go around this pig.
That's what it
Currently,
seems like,
yes.
But
Feels like a trap. Rathian is immediately suspicious that this pig is in league with some bandits.
The pig is immediately suspicious of Rathian.
Montes just looked at Rathian.
perhaps we can scare it
You
off.
think this is an ambush pig?
I can definitely scare it off.
I can't rule it out.
I drew my rapier.
Oh,
Do you want me
Rathian.
to scare it off? I can scare it off.
No. No,
All right.
You don't scare boar. Boar scare you. That's the way it works.
It's pretty big.
How can you share that only in chat?
I didn't want to interrupt the role play. So y'all did with all your stupid laughing.
You guys are relentless. You guys are just absolutely relentless. Ambush.
For anyone listening,
Oh my god. Oh my
Phil
god.
just said we're about to encounter a ambush.
Ugh.
All right.
Let's continue.
I love you, General.
Oh goodness! All right, so how are we gonna deal with it?
Oh my gosh. Just
I think Illum is just gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at it and try to, like scare it off.
Okay.
Let's see if this works.
Yeah, y'all could have just walked around the pig. Now I gotta read things.
ugh.
Oh boy.
Clay is disgusted at us and
Yeah,
Long
I am.
is
I'm
disgusted
ashamed
at our
of all.
characters.
Yep.
This is really good role playing he's doing.
We're gonna get some PvP here in a minute.
It's a goddamn pig!
I think we're going to be making bacon, right? 'Cause I don't think you scare boars off by shooting out of these.
Well, Cazador is looking for a mate. I don't know.
Ugh.
Oh no,
Alright.
the turn order's up. We're gonna fight the
Yep.
pig.
Yeah, here we
Go ahead
go.
and roll initiative, y'all.
And all the pig's friends.
You want to put us on a map where we can click our.
Oh yeah,
token?
I would do that if I was a good GM.
You can drag and drop your token.
No,
Yep.
no,
Oh,
you're
that works.
back to
That's
the
easy.
just. You're
You
back
mean
to
you
the.
don't have a special area lined up for the pig encounter?
I have the random battle map if y'all want to go to it, but it's just a blank page.
11. I think that's the highest initiative I've rolled. Oh no, that's not right. I've rolled one that was really solid.
We're
but the
seriously
rest were
fighting a
garbage.
boar? Oh,
Sorry, I tried to scare it off. I don't know what happened.
Does anybody see a doorway I can stand in?
No.
You can get between two trees.
I get between two trees.
I'm trained in intimidation. I don't know why it doesn't ever work, but supposedly I'm decent at it.
Because you didn't intimidate it, you shot it.
Well, no, I did not say I shot it. I said I shoot at it to try to scare it away.
Okay, well,
I never rolled an attack roll.
it rolled a 20 initiative, which means it beats out
Name it
even.
Notorious PIG. You son of a bitch.
Okay, the stream has officially gone to hell tonight.
It is. It's late. I was up till midnight, like watching the baby and doing homework. This is what y'all. This is what y'all
We're a little punchy tonight.
get. Yeah. So the pig turns into a half orc. All right, and the first thing it does is cast Thunderwave right in the middle of all of y'all.
Wait, what?
The pig turns
I
in.
mean, like this is real? This is actually happening?
Yes. The pig turns into it.
Ambush.
I knew it.
We made a pig mistake.
Oh.
Oh.
That's it. You got everybody.
Yep.
It's all ruined.
Yep.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yep.
This is why we can't have crappy things from Walmart.
Yep.
Oh, man.
The pun game. It's baking a comeback. I need Constitution saves from basically the whole group.
Oy
Viewership is about to plummet.
Yeah. No, this is. We had so many subscriptions and follows last
This
scene.
is choice content.
I'm trying to remember how to make a Constitution save.
Should just-
Oh, that was a Constitution check.
There you go.
Not a save.
Yep. Took that in the face.
That would be a no, and 10.
My mouth was open and everything when that landed.
Oh no, it's the same. So it's an 8. Sorry.
Is this a freaking wereboar? Are we fighting a wereboar?
We're probably fighting a druid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, that's possible.
So it rolled like garbage and only does 4 damage. I believe it's saved for half.
But it also knocks me off the cart.
Failed save, 2d8 thunder damage, and is pushed 10 feet away from the pig.
Everybody remember we've had long rests if that affects your stuff and your hit points.
So, is there going to be a pig miniature that you're putting out here, or we're just
The pig is going to spin the female half orc now, since it's not a pig anymore, is going to spend her turn moving 30 feet in a direct line away from the group after dropping that spell on y'all.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Are you adjacent to the pig?
I would be within 10 feet of it if it came to blow us up and I had my glaive out.
It didn't come to blow you up.
Oh, it
Y'all
cast it.
shot at it, and then it cast a thunder wave, which
Then no.
has
But Thunderwave only goes out 15 feet from it.
right because
And I was assuming we were a good ways from it because I have a long range on Eldritch Blast.
I was assuming y'all weren't going much more than 15, 20 feet off the trail into the woods with the ox cart. But feel free to correct me.
No,
If-
that's cool.
if
I
so,
thought we were
it-
still on the track. I was trying to scare it out of the way so we
Oh, okay.
stay
Well,
on
then
the track.
even
that's cool.
even still, it will then move forward and cast, and then use the latter half of its movement to head out into the woods.
Let it run.
Yeah.
Zook, you were up first.
Are we fighting this thing?
I don't think we should. Perhaps an apology might be in order.
We're sorry, we were hungry.
that's not
That
exactly
makes
what I
it
meant.
all better.
That's my turn.
Okay. Longtooth.
Longtooth has no idea what his companions are talking about forgiving this woman who essentially tried to kill us with her magic. Magic is evil. So he bounds after her. Now, he's not going to be able to catch her, right? Because he got pushed back 10 feet. So he bounds, and as he's bounding up that way, like he's kind of hopping over, like maybe over a little log or something, he fishes out his tomahawk and hucks it at her.
Okay.
I don't know if a 10 hits.
Nope.
All right.
But it looks real cool.
Did look kind of cool. Cazador.
Well, I guess since we're doing this, I actually stand a chance of catching up with a movement speed of 45. So I will, I guess, take off running. If I can't catch up on this round, then I'll double move and come around the front of her.
I'll say that you can get there on this round, especially since she had to move close enough to cast on y'all.
All right, well, it's go time then.
You are adjacent to Pig Nasty.
I will, I'll go ahead and spend a key. Flurry of blows.
Hit 5 damage.
I guess it was an unarmed strike first. I'll just keep going back and forth between these two.
Hit, miss. So 16 damage.
So we'll come in. Spear.
Still up. Anything else?
That'll do it.
You stab it, you punch it, and you end your turn. Rathian.
So we're not just letting it flee. Fine. Oh, that'll actually be at disadvantage because it's further than 30. Oh, okay.
All right. Hit 6 damage.
On a 20 or a 20?
22 damage done to Pig Nasty so far. Still up. Loom.
Perhaps we've made a grave mistake. I didn't expect it to turn into a humanoid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is murder. We're committing a murder. As he's throwing his javelin.
Yeah, I think a loom is just calling out, sorry.
Is that it?
I mean, yeah, she doesn't feel good about just like straight murdering this person, not knowing they were not a threat at all. She feels this has gone like horribly wrong. So yeah, Loom doesn't know what to do this round. She's just literally calling out an apology.
Okay. Tamriel.
Can I get within 30 feet?
Yes.
I'll run up and I'll be waving my hands in an arcane sigil. I'll cast suggestion and say, "Stop running now. They're just going to attack you until you're dead." So it's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. I did not build this character sheet because I didn't expect y'all to A, get this far, or B, fight a pig.
Never underestimate us.
Yeah, never underestimate y'all. Tamriel continues not to be able to seduce or suggest anything. Anything else on your turn, sir?
No, that'll be it.
Pig Nasty is going to take whatever steps is needed right within the not leaving Cazador reach to line up so that Cazador and Rathian, since he javelined her, are in a straight line, and she's going to cast Lightning Bolt right across the top of y'all.
Fuck!
And possibly back across the cart. So somebody roll a D100. If she rolls over a 85, I want to catch a third person, and we'll figure out who.
Well, there is a lightning rod in the group, so I would imagine it would be a loom.
37 in a row. All right, so go ahead and make them dexterity saves. Cazador and Rathian. It is
Rut-row. This is where Rathian goes down.
Yeah, she's just a harmless pig.
What is it?
I said it was going to be an ambush. I was right here.
It doesn't tell me what the DC is on this sheet.
11 probably fails if it has any wisdom at all.
She's got a +2 wisdom, so yeah, it does.
Yeah. This is going to hurt.
It's only 8d6.
Roll low.
My average is 28.
26.
Yes!
Let's see. Are there any rules about you being in metal armor?
That's shocking grasp.
Yeah. So as she does that, I'm going to reel in pain and throw up a hellish rebuke.
Okay. Do it.
Doing it. I'm doing it.
Also, Cazador, attack of opportunity, because she's going to run 30 feet straight away from you into the woods. If you would like.
Oof. How about a crit or a 1 in 20 if you prefer?
1 in 20 D&D.
Damn right.
That's for you.
Thank you.
It is a dex save on the rebuke. Okay.
That'll be
Hell.
6 damage.
So 17 damage on top of the 22 she's already taken. So 39 points of damage. And she is now 30 feet off into the woods past Cazador and still alive. Zook.
Seeing the thunderbolt, Zook will run forward, pulling out his Prismo Zapper and activate it with ice damage. And
Okay.
shoot. Does a 12 hit?
Nope, just missed. Some
That's my-
tree out there got wrapped in ice.
Yep.
Longtooth.
So Longtooth coursing through the woods after her. As he's running through the forest here, the ghost of his son, for those of you behind him, you see his son's ghost appear out of the woods running behind him and kind of merges into the back of him. And he picks up speed as he does that. Seal, I cast the Zephyr Strike, and I'm going to use my opportunity to move an additional 30 feet here and attack with an advantage, so I can get up on her and make my attack at advantage. And if I hit, I'll do an additional die 8 on top of my normal. So there's all of that. And I'm going to take the -5 to hit plus 10 damage option here as well, so I'm rolling an advantage. So,
You bet.
Wow.
So we'll go with the 22 -5, 17. Does that hit?
Hits.
Rangers suck though, guys.
Ranger sucks. I do a total of 23 points of damage to her.
39, 40, 50, 52, still alive.
Okay.
Jesus.
Woof. She powerful.
Cazador. It is 30 feet away from you.
All right. We're still doing it. So I'm still doing it. I'm going to go ahead and last round worked out pretty well for me, so I'll spend another key point and do her again.
Miss.
Oof.
Miss by 2.
Oh, there you go.
That
Crit.
hits, and
Another crit for
that kills her. She goes down, and you are left standing over the body of a beaten, stabbed, and punctured half-orc lady.
Don't forget bitten.
Wearing hide leather armor.
Cazador, horribly injured, just stands over her, blood dripping from her mouth, breathing heavily.
Well, you did it. You killed a pig lady.
A
And at that
lightning
point-
bolt tossing pig lady.
Lightning and thunder.
I don't know why you like this lightning crap so much.
Alum looks really upset. Well, you can't see her face, but she's just not happy right now. She got like tumbled off the back of the cart with that thunder wave, and picked herself up. She's just standing there in the middle of the track.
Longtooth is going to kneel down to examine this half-orc.
It is a half-orc woman wearing some hide armor. You can give me an investigation check.
It's my specialty.
Yeah. I think Alum is going to run over to the body and to the woman and try to revive her.
So, investigating the body, it is a female half-orc. She's wearing some hide armor, and she has gauntlets on that have like bone claws on them. Like she can punch with these spiked gauntlets, but they're made out of like animal leather and like teeth and bones.
That sounds like a monk weapon to me.
Yeah, he's going to toss those over to Cazador.
Well, Illum is going to run over and try to revive the person, the woman.
Are you healing her?
Yeah.
What are you doing? We have already defeated her.
I think we made a mistake. I was not trying to hurt this person.
But she was trying to hurt us, and she succeeded.
She was defending herself.
As were we.
Why did she not just present herself in her true form and talk to us? Why the guile?
The guile is still not a reason to kill her.
We were just taking the road into the logging camp. And next thing you know, she tried to kill us with magic.
Yeah, Illum isn't really paying attention to anyone. She just used her healing hands ability, if it works.
Okay. Considering that it is 5 minutes before we shut down for the night, and I have read absolutely nothing about this lady and where she came from, we'll go ahead and time out on that one, and I'll figure out whether it makes sense to keep her alive and whether there's anything that's down that particular thread. So I hate to put a pin in that particular one.
It's perfect. Nice tense moment.
Yep.
If we kill her twice, did we get experience twice?
That's old school thinking. Right?
No, because we're using milestone XP and
That's what I
Heal,
do.
stab, heal, stab.
a sack of rats in a boring afternoon.
She said
but yeah.
this guy's for
Boring.
We are going to go ahead and shut down there for the night, though. After y'all have cleared orcs out of Butterskull Ranch, spotted the Dragon of Icespire Peak once again, got paid 100 gold under a door very painstakingly, slowly, and have now spent the better part of 3 days traveling overland with an ox whose name I owe you, so we're not going to shut down just quite yet. We need to know the ox's name.
You need a pun. Give it immediately.
Mm-mm.
Give me a cow pun right now.
It actually has a name, and I don't want to steal that from y'all. Oh, it's not on the logging camp page. It's back on the Running the Adventure.
Ox in socks.
Nope.
Bulldozer.
Jeff.
Deja vu.
The last Pathfinder game that I played, we had 2 horses carrying our cart, and the druid of the group was like, okay, well, I'm going to doodle up the horses so they need names. And I was like, Bebop and Rocksteady. But apparently she had never watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Well, those are stupid names.
Yeah, so she didn't get the reference. Not only that, I mumble a lot because I mumble and I have a southern drawl. So she didn't hear me. And so she spent a really long time doodling up some horse tokens. And we had Bebop and Rocksdaddy, Rocksdaddy. And I have a video on my YouTube channel where I talk about reverse references, and I still have the mini. I have a horse in a box that is titled Rocksdaddy.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
So that's a thing. I can't find it. I'll tell y'all the damn oxen's name next time. There's too many pages to click through.
We should probably thank Roll20.
Ox's name is Vincent. That's it.
Hey, Vincent.
I was
Vincent.
closest with Jeff.
That's for sure.
You are right, though. I do have a little video that I put at the beginning of all of these things, but I do want to finish off with a thank you to Roll20 because they are sponsoring this show and all of my future endeavors for the next year, whether I continue after the Essentials Kit with these guys. They might talk me into it. We'll see. Or whether I jump into doing some Star Wars stuff or what. Roll20 has seen fit to include us in the Spotlight program to help people find the channel and to give us a 1-year subscription to Roll20 Pro for all those sweet tools that we need. So I'm going to go find a snack and feed a baby.
Thank you.
Thank you all for punching like a dozen orcs in a building for 3 hours.
Oh,
That
that's
was
a lot
really
of fun.
satisfying, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just did this for several rounds.
bastard.
Good night, folks.
Yeah.
Bye-bye,
everyone.